A coalition known as Billionaire Tax now collected signatures to place what they call the California Billionaire Tax Act before voters. Their proposal is simple, but politically explosive. If approved, California would impose a one-time emergency tax equal to 5% of the wealth of Californians whose assets exceed $1 billion. Supporters estimate the measure could generate roughly $100 billion, with most of the money earmarked to help offset healthcare funding shortages following reductions in federal Medicaid support. Additional funding would go toward education and food assistance. Only about 200 California billionaires would be affected. But despite targeting such a small group, the measure has become one of the most controversial ballot initiatives in the country. Newsom's opposition. Governor Gavin Newsom surprised many progressives by becoming one of the proposal's strongest critics. His concern isn't necessarily whether billionaires should pay more taxes. Instead, Newsom argues that a state-only wealth tax could backfire. California already depends heavily on income taxes paid by its wealthiest residents. If even a small number of billionaires relocated to states like Texas or Florida, which have no state income tax, the state could lose billions in future revenue. According to Newsom, that risk outweighs the short-term financial benefit of a one-time tax. Behind the scenes, reports indicate Newsom's administration spent weeks attempting to negotiate with supporters to prevent the initiative from reaching the ballot. Those negotiations ultimately failed. The deadline passes. The decisive moment came when organizers refused to withdraw the initiative before California's legal deadline. With no agreement reached, state officials confirmed the measure would officially appear on the November ballot. Supporters celebrated the announcement, saying voters, not politicians, should decide whether billionaires should contribute more during a period of widening income inequality. WHO supports the tax. The proposal has attracted backing from several prominent progressive voices. Independent Senator Bernie Sanders has called the measure reasonable and necessary, arguing that extraordinary concentrations of wealth require extraordinary policy responses. Many labor unions and progressive organizations say billionaires have benefited enormously from California's economic success and should help finance public health care and other essential services. They argue the proposal is about fairness, not punishment. WHO opposes it. Opposition comes from an unusually broad coalition. Business organizations, technology executives, investor groups, and many economists warn the proposal could encourage wealthy residents to relocate. Even some Democrats who generally support higher taxes have expressed concerns about creating a state-level wealth tax before any similar federal policy exists. Critics also point to practical challenges. Unlike income, wealth often consists of privately held businesses, startup shares, real estate, and other assets that can be difficult to value. Legal experts also expect constitutional challenges if voters approve the measure. The political impact. Perhaps the most remarkable aspect of this story is the political divide it has created inside the Democratic Party. Progressive activists accuse Newsom of siding with billionaires. Moderate Democrats argue he's protecting California's long-term economy.